So welcome to this tutorial on the Plain Truth. This is the second installment of the Words to Live By series. So this is a brand new series. Again, the concept is embracing a particular phrase for a particular time. So we're looking mostly in 30-day time frames, but this is something to really be focused on, really work on during that particular month. So you can start this at any time of the year. I've created this with kind of maybe February in mind, where you've come off the new year, you've done some resolutions, and now I want you to be thinking about something more like honesty, embracing your truth, honoring your truth, things like that. So this is the topic is plain truth. So let's dive into it. So first off, if you hit the home tab, you'll get here to the quick notes page, which you'll find in all my journals, which is how to send me an email if you have any comments, questions, a link to the Etsy shop where you'll find others in this series and tons of other digital planners, the website where you can find out more information, and also a how-to section on the blog portion of the website where you can find a lot of different tutorials and also videos on trends, what's going on as far as planning your life right now. So that's what you'll find here. And this is just a good place to drop a quick note anytime you have a thought. And before you drop it into any specific place, you have a good place to just drop it here first so you don't forget it. Then the next tab is this tutorial tab. So if you're to click that, you will get to this page, which is what we're recording right now. And we'll just jump back real quick. This is formatted for the Hub Notebook system. What I like about the Hub Notebook system is it's a way for you to combine different notebooks. So if you have others in the Words to Live By series, you can drop them into one notebook. And they come in 5 subject, 10 subject, and 12 subject. And you can get a free 2 subject here on the website. And this video shows you all what it's about. But you can combine notebooks so they're all in one spot, yet their tabs are specific to the particular notebook, yet they live in one bigger notebook, kind of like a binder with a bunch of notebooks inside. So you'll find that there, the tutorial recording, and now we're into the heart of the content. So what exactly do we do with this particular topic of plain truth? So first we're going to define what it means to you. So what exactly is the plain truth? And there's 4 different tabs that you can get here. These are all hyperlinked to the pages that we'll go to. And there are different ways of thinking about the topic. So plain truth could mean a lot of different things depending on who you are and where you are in your lifetime. So let's start with the discovery tree. So here you're going to start with the word plain truth, and you're going to say, what does that mean? So be thinking along the terms of, what is a truth for you? Like maybe you have truth in relationships and truth in work, and then you want to drill down, and you'll see that some of these drill down further, and some of these kind of dead end, because sometimes your thoughts don't keep going. So you have some little dead ends here, and you have more branches here. So think about what does plain truth mean. So areas where you want to be truthful, areas where maybe you're kind of having a tough time, and you can duplicate, which I love. You can duplicate this page so if you have more of the areas than just 2. So let's say you pick career or work. What are some of the plain truths, some of the, when you want to get real authentic, really honest about maybe even if you want to think of it as rules, what are the rules, the truthful, honest rules for you when it comes to work? So maybe it has to be fulfilling. Maybe it has to be something you can do from home. Maybe it has to be something that involves a particular skill or trait that you have. Maybe you really have to like the people. Maybe it has to be something where your commute time is less than so many minutes, or where you get plenty of vacation time, or where you get maybe just a good work-life balance. So those could be some of the truths about the type of career you could have. Let's look at it a different way. Let's say you did family. What are some of the truths about your family that you really want to embrace? So maybe, again, I'm thinking in terms of rules, but these could be anything. So it could be, that you spend quality family time. So when you're listening, one of your plain truths is that when you're having a conversation, you don't multitask. You focus just on what that person's saying. So it's, a plain truth is listen attentively. Another plain truth is always saying good night to people and not just kind of falling asleep on the couch. Maybe another plain truth is that you are honest with your family members and you don't keep things from them. Another truth for you could be that you always do the best by your family. So when you're thinking about being lazy and not doing something, you think about, okay, one of my plain truths is that I do the right thing by my family. So that's kind of how you can kind of go through the tree that way. It's just ways to think about what are truths for you. What are some very simple truths? Could be character truths. So maybe it's your personal character. And these are some characteristics like you'll always be honest. You'll always be authentic. You'll always, go the extra mile. You always think of the positive side of something. So you just kind of keep drilling down. This is just an idea because, again, plain truth, the idea is that it can be completely different for you than it is for me. And that's what these are, just tools to help you think and think around this word. So that's the discovery tree where you can drill down. Another way of looking at it is the plain truth is the word cloud. So here could be embrace qualities about yourself. So the word here could be embrace. Here could be honor, like honor your family, honor your commitments. Here could be, plain truth is showing love. So for you, the plain truth is loving things just the way they are, or maybe it's acceptance, accepting the way things are. So again, you're just going to keep jumping off with what are some of the things that plain truth could mean to you. And there's no order that you have to do these in. So maybe you want to do the word cloud first and then go back and kind of drill down some of the words further. So maybe the plain truth is what are your plain, when it comes right down to it, what are the priorities for you? Plain truth is the priorities of my life are this, this, and this. So that you're not, maybe you get very kind of off track in your life because you're not living by these simple truths. You're actually making things much more complicated than they are, and maybe you're making work take over your whole life, and your family is not getting the time, the commitment. They're not being honored by you. Maybe they're not being respected by you. So these are just ways of thinking about what does plain truth mean to you in your life, and how can you honor, embrace it, and incorporate it into your life. And then this is a guided list. So again, we're using those words embrace, honor, and respect. So what do you need to embrace? What are some simple truths in your area or in your life that you need to embrace? What are some truths that you want to honor? And then what are things that you really respect? So these could be characteristics, these could be people, these could be situations, these could be ideal outcomes. You want to just kind of put these down here. Again, these are just 3 different ways of thinking about and brainstorming how you can incorporate the phrase plain truth into your life for the month. And then here's the outcome. So as a result of acknowledging your truths, what are some of the things? Maybe you want to change the priorities in your life. Maybe you want to spend more time with family and you find that you're not living by your truths because you're letting other things take over your life and really complicate it. Maybe you just want less stress in your life and you're stressing about things that the plain truth is they're not that important. So that could be a fun thing is, the plain truth could be what is actually truly important to you. And maybe you do 2 sheets. One is what is really important to you, and what are the things that you're acting like are important to you. And the plain truth is they're not that important. So, like maybe you stress about, all the things going on in the news. The plain truth is what goes on in the news may not affect your day-to-day life all that much. So maybe the plain truth is politics is not important to me right now, or politics is causing me pain right now. The plain truth is following what's going on in the news is causing me pain. So maybe your plain truth is what are all the pain points in your life, and then another page of plain truth, what are all the positives in your life, and then the outcome is how do you want to change what comes into your life by changing your filters. So maybe the outcomes is once you realize what your plain truths are, you're going to stop watching so much negative news. If your plain truth is you need to be a more positive person, you want to embrace positivity, then the outcome is eliminating a bunch of negative inputs into your life. Or maybe you have way too many inputs into your life. Maybe you are overwhelmed, and the plain truth is you just feel frazzled all the time. So some of the things that you could do to eliminate some of the inputs in your life and give yourself more space. So that's kind of what you're going to do here, and then you move into these parts, which is your activities and then your journal. And it's, what are some of the things you're going to do now based on some of these outcomes, based on some of these words that you've created, what are you going to actually do? And if you click on the Pages tab, so you've got the Activities journal and you've got 3 blanks for other things that you might want to consider. But then when you click on the Pages tab, you have different things. So you can be journaling and just writing things out. You could be doing 2 columns, or these are all the things I'm going to add to my life. These are the things I'm going to take out of my life. You could do some checklists. These are some things I need to take care of in order to live my plain truth. And then if, dot grid, if there's anything special, maybe you want to draw charts. Maybe you want to start tracking time spent in certain areas. Maybe you want to do a chart that says how much time are you spending watching the news, or how much time are you spending, quality time are you spending with your family. So you could create a tracking page. And then you just have a blanks notes page. And then if you also want to incorporate pictures, so your plain truth might be that, you aren't spending time with family, and so you want to drop in some photos, because I love that you can use the tool right here. Take pictures with your iPad or just drop them in, and drop in photos and show how you are now living your plain truth. And there's some different photo layouts that you can use to incorporate. So again, with these pages, anytime you want, you can duplicate the page. So let's just duplicate this one right now. And then if you go here, you can be dragging the page. So you'll see here we have 2 of these identical pages, and now I could take this one and select it. Oops, if you hit the select tool, take it and drag it where you want it to go. Come on, come with me. Sometimes it's just easier to use your finger than the pencil. And you can drag it up. So we're not going to do that right now, but just to give you the idea, I guess easier if I go this way, sorry. So we drag it in and you can drop it right here. So now in your journal page, so if we go to journal, now if you go here, now you've got that photo page here. So you can put any of those pages that you want. Get back to that. Any pages that you want, you can now drop behind any of these tabs to make them really customized to what it is that you want in your tabs. So they don't have to be the way that I've set it up. That's why I didn't want to have any kind of rules here. So all of these are blank and you have all these pages to choose from as far as what you want to drop in with styles. So you can mix checklists with dot grids and put whatever you want. You can journal and then your journal can have pictures in it. So you can drop those pages in any which way. So the idea here is you have 3 extra areas. So maybe you want to have one be just an area for your family where you're just, this tab is just family, maybe this tab is just work, and you want to take pictures of how you're changing things, or you want to journal about how you want to change things. So it's really, it's so cool because there's so much you can do with this. So that's why you want to spend some time here really kind of discovering what does a plain truth mean to you. Drill it down. You can look at it so many different ways. So maybe you do it one way and then you sit on it for a day and then you come back and go, you know what, plain truth really doesn't mean that. It means this to me. And you do that. Or you do this and you find something that you really like, this is the one I want to focus on. And so you come over here to your outcomes and you really focus on that. So there's a lot of different approaches you can use with this. It's a lot of fun. I hope that you take some time and explore it. The idea is that there's no one way. You want to take what does plain truth mean to you? What does living your truth mean to you? And then really have some fun and create it. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in another episode.